Hello and welcome back to Panzer Corps Grand Campaign, and this time we're going to, well, let's not spoil anything, let's go directly into the briefing. One moment. Welcome back from Danzig Operation, Herr General. While you were reuniting Prussia with Germany, the Poles have made some gains and retaken the city of Konin. This is trivial compared to the blow your new task will deal to them. The task, of course, is to capture the Polish city of Lodz, as well as several surrounding strategic locations. Control of the centrally located Lodz is critical to strangling the defensive efforts of our enemies, as well enabling our own forces to continue the lightning advances. With that in mind, you should expect determined and entrenched resistance from the Poles. One moment, Herr General, you're receiving an emergency communique. Yeah, very interesting. It appears that lead elements of the 10th Army have discovered a newly constructed rail line on the eastern outskirts of Lodz. Utilizing this opening behind the Polish lines, your forces should be able to avoid having to fight their way through heavily fortified Lodz and strike it from the vulnerable rear. The armored recon force is currently under fire, however, and time is of the essence. Save your comrades, capture Lodz, and win the day, Herr General. Yeah, I think we can definitely do that. So let's proceed into the game. And we got another Gebirgsjäger SE unit, and I plan to show you the deployment phase of all upcoming missions or maps, because I want to show if I get an SE unit or not, and I think discussing about the reinforcements is interesting, and the actual deployment is interesting as well. And now we already have a decision to make, because the limit is 2 SE units, and yeah, there are several options what you can do about that. You can say, well, what I get is what I get, or you can disband the additional units, so you're always below the cap and can get new ones. I don't know if that's an exploit. We can discuss that, but it's an additional means of gaining prestige, and I honestly plan to do that until I get tanks as my SE units, or maybe I'll keep the initial Gebirgsjägers. Depends on the heroes they will get, but I don't intend to fully exploiting that. But I will definitely cycle them as long as I have the units that I actually want. So I think that's a compromise. And on the other hand, you can think about that as an additional reward for getting decisive victory, because usually you don't gain anything from getting decisive victories. So this is an additional bonus. And once you're at the cap of 2 units in this section of the Grand Campaign, there won't be this reward anymore, so I think it's fine to disband one of them. So let's go ahead, disband the second Gebirgsjäger. Yep, that's fine. Now we have plenty of prestige, and let's take a look. Actually, I did take less damage than I expected, so I will go ahead and take the free replacements again, and I still think that's the better option, because yeah, Lieutenant Joker has a different approach, and we will discuss that. He thinks getting experience early on is more important to prevent damage on your units, but on the other hand, my reasoning is the lower your experience, the nearer your troops are to the free replacement, so you actually don't use that much. For example, here we have those pioneers at 109 experience. If we take 3 replacements, we go down to 70, so we lose 39 prestige. So that's not a lot, and it would cost us 60 prestige to prevent that. So I think 3 replacements are in order. And as long as we manage not to lose units and reach our experience cap in the end, I think it's totally fine, because the additional damage doesn't matter. Because we basically don't pay for it. We get 3 replacements, and so we don't care that much about damage, at least in terms of prestige cost. We are paying with a slower experience gain. That's the downside. So I will put everything up to full strengths with that hurts a little bit, but it keeps 1 star with 3 replacements, and then we're good to go. We have 15 units in the reserve pool. We can't afford anything more. One option would be to leave the fighter behind and buy our 4th tank. And I think I will do that just to start gaining experience on my 4th tank. Now we actually have a complete division. So we are set at that regard, and we still have 1090 prestige. So I'm pretty happy about that. And then let's take a look at the map. So you can skip those intro parts if you're not interested, but I think for many people it will be interesting to follow my reasoning and participate a little bit more in the campaign planning part. So let's take a look at the map. At the beginning I was a little bit confused, because newly constructed rail line that allows us to go into the back of Lodz. There is a rail line, if you take a look, that goes up here and would allow us to strike from behind, taking those additional victory hexes. But honestly, I think it's stupid to go that way. Even if those targets are empty, it would take a long time to go around here, because the rail lines will block our movement. We can't use the trucks because there are forests, and on this side we have roads. And eastern outskirts, I think they mean this rail line here. And we have to connect with our with the armored scouts. We have to rescue, basically. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about them now, because I need more info in what situation they're actually in. We are already seeing some anti-tank cannons, so maybe retreating and waiting, or taking this airfield and waiting it out with air support until we can. It's not that far, so I think we can bail them out of the situation, hopefully rather easily. So let's take a look. I want to take the city up north, just to not have them in my back. I think I will deploy my pioneers here, give them artillery support. We'll think about that later. Artillery to shoot at the first target. Airplanes, and I really hope there are no Polish fighters, but the briefing somehow said a few missions ago we won't have to deal with the Polish Air Force anymore, so I will trust that. Then we have Gebirgsjäger units here. I think we should get rid of this truck. Now the Gebirgsjägers are more useful. We will put them in rough terrain. They can move up here. We'll place an additional unit with truck, so we can attack this city safely and then catch up with the rest of the army. And in the background we'll simply deploy our tanks, the more experienced ones to the front. And for this one, I think having a truck ready is decent. We already have our Gebirgsjägers for the slow work. And then we are done. So not many considerations, because yeah, we have no info. We will attack the city. We have plenty of units available to attack. Let's actually bring in another infantry and place the scout on the road so it can go the maximum distance. So that's that. The fighter will stay in reserve. We have no use for it anyways, because it's already nearing 2 stars. So we will deploy it later. So that's it for the deployment phase. Let's go into it. Rain ahead, so that's absolutely not good. And yeah, let's start firing away. Make good use of our pioneers. Maybe I will use, it's a little bit risky, there could be a counter-attack, so I will put my infantry in there. Those are ones with trucks, so they can quickly follow. Then we'll move the infantry closer to take a look. And the Gebirgsjäger, I'm a little bit puzzled why they can't go here. That's peculiar. I think they should be able to move through the forest, but maybe it's only the hills. We'll see. And we can't go towards the artillery in the back. I think we can't reach it. Nope. So we have to either suppress it or use our precious bomb on it. But first I want to get more intel. And I'm really interested in seeing what's behind here. And there's actually open area, so we can definitely get our recon force out through the back door, I think. I'll go ahead, take the city, move the Gebirgsjägers, able to strike at the artillery gun next turn. And I want to have a quick infantry unit ready to take out this Wehrmacht infantry. But for now I will just distribute my units a little bit. So I will switch positions, hopefully go through here and have a unit ready to attack. And we'll just use the roads and the somewhat open terrain. And yeah. Hopefully damage this artillery a little bit. And with a little bit of luck we can suppress them. And already make something happen. Hi, Hos Orin, good morning. I will move that way so next turn I can concentrate all my fire on this Polish Mountain unit. The Polish Mountains units are those that are a little bit more dangerous, and I don't think I will risk damage on this already very experienced Wehrmacht unit. So that's it for the first turn. So let's take a look at the situation here. It's very tempting to take out the airfield so we can get in air support and deal with attacking units. So I hope it won't be too bad around here. Let's see. Putting the tank into the forest doesn't feel good. Ow, that was a bad roll. Okay, so much for taking the airfield. Now we got them. And yeah, anti-tank cannon on the attack. Maybe they are moving out of the city, I don't know. But let's take a look at the ground defense and the initiative. So that's 6 ground defense, 6 ground defense. Okay, they are all the same. So I will rather put in the Panzer 1, because the Panzer 1 has actually higher soft attack than the Panzer 2. Yep, this one has only 2, the Panzer 1 has 3, and this counts as a soft target. Yep. So if they want to attack here, that's fine. I will withdraw my scout. And we have no units in position to tackle this infantry unit. So we could move up and prevent them from reinforcing. I think I'll rather keep my units together. Oh god, that was a bad idea. Well, not a bad idea, bad luck, because I don't know what's around here actually. So that's it, let's enter turn. Hope we are not getting destroyed. Yeah. Good shot. And we're still alive. That's what's counting. Special reinforcement unit has arrived. Well, the actual question is where and what? Yeah. Gebirgsjäger. Great. Wow, what's... This will be another special hero, I guess. Ole Deer. 3 initiative, 3 movement. This one is absolutely crazy. Wow. So this is definitely overpowered. But we will make good use of it, and if the special heroes get too crazy, I think we will have to do something about them. But first of all, let's try to save the day with our Luftwaffe. That was disappointing. But now the threat of those units is not as bad anymore. I think we can definitely simply wait it out. We'll see. First things first, let's try to make something happen here. Get rid of the supporting artillery. suppress the mountain units inside. We could force a surrender here. Technically that's possible. But not sure if it's worth it. Because we are losing time if we are going to do that. I think I'll rather not do it. And a little bit of damage on the units is fine. And now our quicker units are able to move ahead, block the way. And I think we'll use all the deer to open up the corridor. Get mass attack bonus. Yeah, that was disappointing. Yeah, that's not really useful. And I think we'll wait one turn. We are not in a rush here. But I definitely want to block the way for oncoming units and get in striking distance of the next city. Form a safe area around here where I can move my artillery. And my infantry, so like that. And I don't fancy going here because we would be vulnerable to a counter attack. At the moment they can't see here, but who knows, there are cavalry units in the back, they could easily detect my units. So I rather stay safe and cling to the bottom of the map because we know we have control over that area. Then we'll bring in our additional units. I'll keep the pioneers in the back because I still have no information what's up here. So then let's see the damaged units. Now it's less dangerous. With the pucks down in strength, I think we can absolutely hold. I will move back the damaged units. And block the way with two good sturdy tanks. And keep these units surrounded so it can't reinforce. I think that's fine as is. We've done everything, let's end the turn, and luckily no rain. And it seems the cavalry units don't want to fight anymore. That's good. So they're moving in for a counterattack, it seems, around Lodz. So I will shift units back to the north to prevent them from sneaking behind me. I think they will aim for this victory hex here, because enemy units very often are scripted to attack, counterattack the nearest victory location. So what we can do now, keep firing at the anti-tank cannons. get more information in the process and hopefully get rid of them sooner or later. At the moment we're not having much luck getting rid of them, but it's enough to keep them down, I think. Overwhelming the next target, getting more information in the process. Yeah, this is a little bit dangerous. I don't want to get near this anti-tank cannon. But on the other hand, I want to attack this cavalry as long as it's in the open. So we'll see. Not sure. But I think priority should be to get rid of this blocking. Unit, and that was a mistake because now this one doesn't have a target. It's completely suppressed, so we could use the anti-tank cannon to do something. And maybe using all deer up here is a good idea because he will have tons of initiative and can hopefully deter them from attacking. Let's see, I can sneak through here. Move up, get the shot in. Hopefully force, no, we can't force them out of here, but we can set up another shot. Use our infantry to gain experience, and now hopefully we can break through. Stay away from the anti-tank cannon. Not going near those. That's a given. Stay away from the anti-tank cannons, protecting my own cannons. And once again, use the safe space behind and set up units so I can actually attack these cavalry units. And yeah, there's no way safe to move my tanks, so well, I could technically go down here, but I want another tank up here to battle those cavalry units, and I will move artillery down in order to be ready to fire some shots. That's it. And then we will use our recon forces and try to lessen the threat. Wow! Horrible roll. And lessen the threat on our own units a little bit. So that's it. Get mass attack bonus. Wow, horrible roll again. But we should be able to whittle them down. Now this until anti-tank cannon can't reinforce, and we have, yeah, I think we have the situation under control. We can always pull back those units and get them out of the fight. I want to do as much with them as possible. That's the main point here. Because yeah, we don't have a lot of time and we have to go all the way up here. And the city defenses, I think, will be troublesome. So let's see. End the turn. And those 10 cats do tons of damage. Wow. I hope I'm not going to lose all the deer here. No. He is safe. That's good. Maybe it's not the wisest thing to have him as blocking unit. But on the other hand, now we have the cavalry units in the open. And we can absolutely deal with them. And if their units... Maybe it's possible to force surrenders here. We'll see. We'll see. Those closely tight-backed. Now it's cloudy weather, so our bombers won't be very effective. But with the support of artillery, I think we should be able to make something happen here. And now we have infantry in place to deal with them. So, yeah, let's see. Tense situation. Yeah, they're completely... Yeah, but I can't move here. I wouldn't need a scout to move in and move out. I don't have that. So I will just... Wow. Big hit. So... the bad rules. We get revenge for that. And I don't understand why my mountain units are not able to move properly. Let's see. Getting rid of this damaged cavalry unit is obvious. Firing shots in there, I think, is obvious as well. Getting rid of this anti-tank cannon is absolutely necessary. And I think weakening this cavalry unit is essential as well. Now we can set up defensive artillery. Can't move around to... Wow, big hit! That's great. Now I lack the artillery to finish off some of the more dangerous units here. Do we care? Let's see. I think I care more about the cavalry unit because it has bigger range of movement, and I can even finish off the anti-tank cannon and building an anchor for my defenses up here. So now I'm safe again. Move up, do some damage. Yeah, and I think I'll just use my Panzer 1 to my best ability here. Use the non-core scout to do some damage. Move back again. Get some experience for my green Panzer. Doesn't do good. Too good. But my scout does. Cat gone. Guard the airfield and block them in. So I think our units are safe now. Yep, that's fine. Let's enter turn. This is a bold attack. Polish mountain unit. Now it's in the open and I can hopefully deal with it. But first of all, my Stuka, not the greatest amount of success. Let's see. So, several priorities. First of all, I need to clear out the remainder of the units and get the city. So those two artillery units can't hit anything else, so it's obvious to go for the city. Make use of our pioneers. Use the anti-tank cannon to gain access to the city. Then we will try to dislodge this cavalry unit. Now it's not a threat anymore, and I can use my scout to clean up enemy units in the background. So, one thing remaining is this Polish infantry. But for now, I don't think I care too much. The only problem is I'll move my heavy tank forward. I'm a little bit vulnerable to a counterattack, but taking damage on the artillery is actually not that bad because it has a ton of experience. And that's not smart. Let's see. Those Polish mountain units are tank killers, obviously. But Now I can get in to get some mass attack bonus. And my scout does a lot better. And that should be the end of him, of them. Done. The cavalry once again refuses to go down. But that's it. Now we can aggressively move forward our units. Stay out of range of this anti-tank cannon. This Panzer I maybe is in trouble, but that's not a huge problem. And I think for the moment we are done. So it's turn 5, I think one more. Now let's watch the enemy turn and then we will make a short break. Usually the second half of the fight is a lot quicker, but for now we took almost no damage on our core units. So that's good. We got some experience. Where are my pioneers? Yeah, pioneers are back to 1 star, so all is fine. Let's watch the enemy turn. And he lives. That's nice. And added benefit, now this anti-tank cannon moved into the forest. We can easily get rid of it now. A lot of infantry around here, so that shouldn't be an issue. So second part of the video, we will concentrate to rush ahead and actually attack our objectives, because for now the only thing we achieved is saving our recon force, but we were pretty successful. They took a lot of damage, but they are alive, so their health definitely is a resource. And then we will have to find out what's actually in Lodz, and I hope those cities will be only lightly guarded, so we will have to rush units up, take out those cities, support by air force and maybe artillery. So yeah, I think this should be done quickly. Hope you enjoyed it. I think this is a pretty interesting mission. A lot of small maneuvering to save my units here. And you have to make some decisions. For example, if you take out this airfield or not, withdraw, attack with your recon force. I like it. So, see you in a few minutes. Bye!